Hi guys, this is me Kirill, your Justice analyst, and today I'm continuing with the entries for the Junior Eurovision Song Contest 2024. Today we're talking about one of the countries which also take part, like the Netherlands, almost from the beginning and taking part each and every year, and it's Ukraine. However, Ukraine missed at least the first, 3 editions. I think their debut was in 2006, actually sending us very high quality entries each and every year. Their only one victory was in 2012 with the song Nebo. And if I'm right, when she won, Anastasia was just 9 years old, so she's definitely the youngest winner of Junior Eurovision Song Contest ever. But this year they chose a male representative who is also a bit older. So this is Artem Kotenko, who will perform the song Hear Me Now. Artem is now 12 years old, so I hope his voice will now not start breaking before the Junior Eurovision Song Contest or something like that, because this is a story which we unfortunately had in 2020 already with the Ukrainian representative. This is unfortunately kind of a risk which countries have to deal with when they are sending voice for the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. But talking about the Ukrainian entry for this year, Hear Me Now, let's just take a look at the lyrics. So the song tells us about importance of home and what exactly Artem understands with this word. So home is where you spread your wings, where the faith in your dreams grows. Home is where you can be yourself, whoever you want to be, your loved ones will stay by your side. But there is definitely some bitterness in these words too, because Artem is also saying, I'm ready to struggle for you as long as I hear my beat. So my heartbeat probably he means in this case. Home is where I believe the light will break through. Freedom breathes where freedom breathes. So you can really see some pain through these lyrics as well. So we can really hear through the song how Artem loves his home, but also how much struggle his home unfortunately has to face, and that he's also ready to face it. I think it's pretty sure that it's referring to the current war situation, which is still raging in Ukraine. So very powerful lyrics, very emotional lyrics. I'm not sure if it's a ballad, but at least definitely not, a happy, up-tempo song. I'm very excited to listen to the song because based on this title and based on the text I just went through, it really sounds kind of like a plea for help in some way, and also the kind of a love ballad to his home country. So it seems to be a very emotional song for him, and I just can't wait to watch this official music video.
Hear me now, safe and home. Hear me now, hear me now.
Really nice melody.
You'll never be alone.
Wow.
Hear me now.
Oi! Wow, Artem, what are you doing with us? It's definitely much more up-tempo than I have expected it to be. He has so much power in his voice. His chest voice, his head voice, everything is really on point. It definitely doesn't sound like the live vocals, but very, very impressive. Also, the outfits of the performer and the dancers are quite cool, so with a bit of a space theme, I would say, so very interesting. Very, very emotional text, I can likely understand most of it. Ooh, getting goosebumps from this one. And very powerful ending as well. Well, the part with na 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 sounded a little bit generic. I think this is not really adding to the song, but the song is really, really powerful, especially if you know what he's singing about. So yeah, Ukraine, again, an excellent entry. So what can I say about this one? So in general, it's of course a very modern song. Also, it has very, very impressive vocal performance if Artem can really do it in the live performance. So I can definitely see the jury standing behind this one, ranking Ukraine very, very well this year. If it's a televote-oriented song, I'm not really sure. It's kind of dramatic, a little bit generic as well in some ways, so I don't really think that he will be in top 3 when it comes to the online voting. The juries will definitely eat it up, so to say. So I think for my second listen, I have now found the live performance from the national selection, even though it seems from thumbnail that it's actually the same performance, which I have watched, but hopefully just with the live vocals. So let's listen, and I'm really, really curious how Artem will sound live.
There's no better place than home.
You can definitely hear that now it's live vocals, but he sounds absolutely excellent.
You'll never be alone. Hear me now. Na, na, na.
Wow, his head voice is absolutely stunning. This low note is like a punch in your face so that you know, okay, Ukraine, we'd really have to consider you very seriously this year.
Na, 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 na. Beat, 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 beat. З неба дощем, з неба.
Wow, the transition to the head voice is absolutely stunning. So he's definitely such a seasoned performer, even though I hear his name for the first time.
Ми розпливаємось. Hear me now. There's no better place than home.
He's a very technical vocalist. Like you can really see that he knows how to breathe in, breathe out correctly, how to hold all his power. And yeah, that's really coming through.
Na, 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 na.
Yeah, this part with this na na na, hear me now, that's kind of the only part of the song letting me down a bit in some way, but apart from that, the song is really strong.
Де вірю, світло проб'ється, твій голос почують музику твого серця.
Wow, his voice is really, really so strong. I'm really getting goosebumps from this and also from the text of the song. Wow, this live performance was definitely not worse than the official music video, which I have watched before that. I think vocally, this one was even more impressive because here was not all this editing on his voice, which kind of makes the voice sound artificial. It was like a pure talent to me. So Ukraine is definitely one of the big contenders to win the jury vote this year, in my opinion. But let's just take a look at the history of Ukraine in the last 7 years in the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. And you can see that they are ranked as a country number 4 in the last 3 years. They had these 3 basically excellent results, 5th, 6th, and 9th place. And if we take a look at the 7 years average, they're a little bit lower. They're in place 6. Mostly because of the somewhat lower result in 2019, where they have finished 15th. So as you can see, Ukraine kinda is always somewhere up there, but never can make it to the top 3. And I feel like this year, this kind of place 5, 6, maybe 4 is definitely something they could count on. If it's enough for the top 3, I'm not really so sure yet. But now let's take a look at the split results to see if online voters or the jurors were the ones who were trying to push Ukraine higher. And you can see that it was definitely the online voting, because in the last 3 years, online voters ranked Ukraine 4th, while juries only 7th. So you can see that last year, Ukraine was even for the first time in the top 3 of the online voters, where they finished 3rd with this beautiful song Kvitka.
Stop this sweating, stop this sweating.
This year, I have to say, for me, definitely doesn't sound like an entry which can be in top 3 of the online voting. I think place 7, 8, 9 in the online voting sounds more realistic, while the juries can really rank it higher, so maybe even top 3 or at least the place 4. But now let's take a look at the Eurovision scoreboard to see how the Eurovision fans are ranking this. And as you can see on your screen, Ukraine is currently a number 1. So I can't say Ukraine is really having a huge gap to place 2. You can see that Portugal is kind of breathing in the neck of Ukraine, but still it's very impressive. Maybe I have really underrated their chances in the online voting, because I have just said that they will probably be somewhere place 6 to 8 in the online voting. With this result in the Eurovision Scoreboard app, it seems like maybe we should count on Ukraine, and maybe Ukraine can be in the final top 3 of online voters and also in general. If we talk about their staging, well, they already have quite an impressive performance from the national final. It looked kind of dark, which I think is good, but I think they should definitely use the background visuals to really show us a bit of the background about the song, because it's not really understandable from those few English lyrics which they have. For example, Ukrainian entry for the adult Eurovision this year in 2024 has really profited a lot from those very effective background visuals, and I think this is something similar what Artem and his team have to go for. So that's what I have thought about the Ukrainian entry for Junior Eurovision Song Contest 2024. Very impressive one. I think it's for sure one of the potential favorites of the juries. With the online voting, I'm not as optimistic. However, we all have seen that in the Eurovision Scoreboard it's #1, so time will just show. So maybe Ukraine can be one of the big contenders this year. How much did you enjoy this entry? Please let me know down below in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you still haven't. Like this video, write your comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.